Welcome back. It's a topic that keeps churning down the tracks in Golden Valley. Will the city eventually sign off on light rail? Tonight, a special public forum takes place on the issue. Mike is with Golden Valley Mayor Shep Harris with more. Mike?
Thanks, Shannon. And Mayor Harris, thanks so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it. This, of course, is a long and involved process, and you hear from residents tonight about a plan that would bring light rail through the eastern section, right, of Golden Valley. Any expectations about the feedback or the number of people that you'll see tonight?
Well, I'm hoping for a good turnout just from the number of emails and the number of phone calls that we've received. I think we should have a full house and then some.
What have you been hearing so far, though? Do you have any expectations about what they will tell you tonight, or is it going to be across the board, yes, no, and only if this situation occurs?
I think it's going to be a bit of above, all of the above. I think we've heard, I'm thrilled that we're doing this again. We've taken a lot of public input, but we feel like we need to keep on going and get further input. And I think we're going to hear a lot of concerns for and a lot of concerns going forward.
Do you think residents will eventually be on board?
That's a good question. That remains to be seen. I'm hoping that at least what we can do is take the next step and do the more extensive study through the Met Council and the county.
That's what I was going to ask you about. As it stands now, light rail would run along an existing freight line it's in Theodore Wirth Park in the east side of the city. And I know you voted in favor of the route earlier this year, but you also have some concerns yourself about it.
Sure. There's a number of environmental concerns and also impact to the neighbors in terms of light pollution, noise pollution. The train, technically, the right-of-way actually goes adjacent to the park and not through the park. Okay. But still, there's a number of environmental concerns that I have and others have, and we want to go forward, take the next step, look at the study, and see if those environmental concerns, the impact to the neighborhood, could be mitigated. And that will allow us really to have kind of all the facts on the table, and then we can really weigh the facts legitimately.
Now, you can't take that next step, though, unless the city signs off on the route, and then that step takes place. Is that right? Is that the way I understand it?
That's correct. What we're looking at is a resolution that would allow the Met Council and the county to move forward and do an extensive, detailed study of this preferred alignment, which would include going through the eastern portion of Golden Valley.
So a lot of attention on Golden Valley from the Met Council and from Hennepin County, because the only city along the route that hasn't signed off on this. What happens if you don't?
If we don't, that's really up at that point to the Met Council and to the county to see whether or not they do go forward and apply to the federal government for the preliminary study, or do they decide not to do the light rail at all through the whole northwest area.
Again, the public forum is tonight. What time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock at Golden Valley City Hall. Tonight, Wednesday night. All right. Thank you very much, Mayor Harris. Appreciate it. Back to you, Shannon.
All right. Thank you, Mike.